and heavy emphasis on that magic damage. But we all know magic damage in that late game has so much value despite tank items existing. So game 1 is going to kick off right now. We got Liquid Philippines on the blue side and RRQ HOSHI on red.
Two titanic teams on the land of Dawn right now. RQ performing respectively in the recent M6 World Championship. Team Liquid having difficulty adjusting to the new meta and not making it onto the world stage. Now eager to prove themselves with TC playing on a very mechanical assassin jungler. This is going to be a fun one, folks.
He's going to secure the Little Wanderer for sure. Susujin was delayed a little bit thanks to Sanji and JP doing kind of one of the legwork in the early game. Oh, Toy actually got the gold crab, so that's an extra bonus for the Harif.
Toy is going to have a good time. You know, Harif does win out the lane against Moskov. YuKTZ is just going to try and play this safe here. And we can see a good amount of focus towards Toy's lane as well to try and make sure that he's not ganked so that he can continue winning out that lane and getting as much gold shield as possible. A lot of Team Liquid actually rotating up into the top half of the map instead.
Susujin is going to show himself, but that will be spotted too. In fact, Liquid Philippines always at the scene just slightly earlier compared to RRQ HOSHI, so that crab will be easily secured, I believe, by TLPH. In a way that, see that first turtle, how is it going to be? It seems like we are going to have the turtle on the top side, looking at the current. Of course, the supports want to hit level 4, but it will not be possible for now. Dyron does hit 4 first.
Yeah, we're seeing Edok and JP spend a lot of time in the river, so they're not really able to get EXP from the minions, and now
Sanford transforms and gets control just for a while, but the amount of damage he's outputting, even this early on, is a bit ridiculous. He ends up going down first blood for Dyron, but Turtle will be secured by RRQ HOSHI.
They trade EXP for EXP, but because Susujin got the turtle, it ends up being a slight win for RRQ here. Ended up being a very messy team fight, unfortunately, and despite it being very early on in the game, Rins actually managed to do a lot of damage in that previous fight because he wasn't being targeted. Now JP being punished for trying to invade RRQ's jungle.
Yeah, trying to walk in before Sanji was even there. Just control all the true damage, just too much. And because Dyron got the first blood, he's able to capitalize on a bit of that extra go, and Sanford is just taking a beating. Meanwhile, Sanji forced to use his ultimate to get away. TLPH jumps on top of Rins, wouldn't be able to get the kill anyways. So Dyron basically controls the lane now.
Having lane priority in both EXP and gold means that RRQ are going to be able to rotate the map a lot more freely. As long as Zyron and Toy make sure that they're kept aware of where TLPH is going to be on the map, it's going to be a lot easier for RRQ to start invading, going for lane ganks, getting more farm across the map, and just generally trying to out-farm Team Liquid PH.
Oh yeah. Even right now, I mean, Toy has been really doing a fantastic job. TLPH this time will get the gold crab for himself. Haven't been able to see him get too proactive with how RRQ HOSHI has been kind of a one step ahead, at least when it comes to the objective fights. Not to mention, we established that the lane priority does go over to them. Turtle spawning in 10 seconds on the top side.
I think it's fine for TLPH to not really go for anything too early on, because Joy actually is more of a late game scaling type jungler. You really start popping off when you get that Holy Crystal typing, then into the Blood Wings to invade a little bit more easily. So as long as they don't fall too behind in terms of gold, Team Liquid is totally fine. Oh.
You know, Glorious Pathway, JP wants to look for a kill. Frigid Glacier committed. Susujin completely frozen in place. Commits his Spell of Alphas to still get the turtle for himself before he goes down. And there's always the price to pay if you want to contest RRQ HOSHI. At the end of the day, it's a 1-for-1 trade, but Turtle once more for RRQ HOSHI.
Susujin was CC'd for such a long time there. I thought for sure that he would just try to get out, but instead, committing his ult in, basically throwing his life away to get that turtle, is such a gutsy move, and I am a huge fan RRQ able to get a little bit of a lead from that, but losing their jungler is also not the most ideal because Sujin relies a little bit more on early game snowball in comparison to KarlTzy. And despite their win so far, RRQ actually hasn't built up that much of a gold lead, so Liquid are still totally fine.
Oh. And not to mention that RRQ HOSHI, they haven't hit that power spike yet, right, in terms of the damage output. So they have a lot of control, sure, but Rinse this time and Toy not really there to join his team for now. So the attention shifts to the bottom side of the map and play to the winning side if you are RRQ HOSHI. But Team Liquid Philippines, they are willing to rotate Sanford just to match the rotation.
Yeah, I think they have to just match the rotation right now. RRQ going to be quite the aggressive lineup overall. Looking at the itemization, most people are going to be completing their first. I don't think there's anything too unusual in the item choices. Yeah, it's all pretty standard right now. Right now, both teams going to be playing this a little bit slowly because neither side really has the outright stronger early game comp. So they're just going to be focusing on getting that farm up and contesting objectives instead.
It's going to be third one on the top side. Concealed very early by Edok. Take away space, finds the two-man implosion into a Spear of Alpha and a Sacred Hammer push. That's the full combo from RRQ HOSHI. He gets Sanji first, Sanford joins the fight, taken down by Dyron. He continues to go. And that is the team fight for RRQ HOSHI, finding 3 kills and a guaranteed turtle.
Wow. I have no reason to believe that Edok knew someone was in that bush. He just committed to it and found 2. And the combo was perfect as well, delaying the Sacred Hammer after the Spear of Alpha so that it wouldn't end up canceling each other out. And setting up for a beautiful objective take. KarlTzy gonna find a bit of revenge here, picking up Dyron in the mid lane. RQ not quite able to get the mid tier 1.
Yeah, Dyron just too far forward, overcommitted. So it's a bit of punish. Even though, I mean, throughout all that, Liquid Philippines, they're not too far behind, right? It's just a 1k gold lead for RRQ HOSHI, but look at this great combo.
Really good follow-up from the entire team right into the glorious pathway from JP, trying to see if we can get them out, but they're just infinitely CC'd. You'd think that Sanji would be able to escape. Nope, he gets caught out as well, despite committing the flicker, and then RRQ would just take over the fight from that point onwards. They do end up giving some space to YuTZ though, so the Moskov actually got a free tier 1 tower down bottom. Because of small things like this, Liquid is still actually not that far behind in farm.
Yeah, not to mention that, at least for RRQ HOSHI, they were able to get Toy into the fight, so he kind of now 2-0. Edok, not the best target to go on. Another implosion. And once more, RRQ HOSHI willing to take the fight. The Frigid Glacier not doing too much. They lost JP already. KarlTzy dances in the backline, but now it's going to be Toy chasing him down with the Chrono Dash. KarlTzy gets away, and Sanford assassinates Dyron. Sanji loses his passive. Sujin goes for him and finds his mark. RRQ HOSHI walks away with 2 kills.
Yeah, I think Liquid needs to be very careful about engaging on Edok. It's fine to try and pick off the Tigreal first, but you cannot, like, surround him and hope that that works, because you're just going to be caught by the implosion. But I think the real MVP of that fight was Dyron for sure, because this Phobius was 1v3ing 3 members of Liquid in the backline for a long time, which allowed RRQ to slowly take care of the tankier members and slowly push forward in the river.
Queen's Wings for Sujin and Holy Crystal for KarlTzy. So again, key items, that's the KarlTzy Joy Power Spike, Holy Crystal online. 9 minutes into the game, just in time for the first Lord fight. But we've seen how much crowd control and damage RRQ HOSHI has. And all this while Rinse is just stacking up. Dyron is in the backline, isolated from the rest of his team. RRQ HOSHI, once the Lord will find it. Spear of Destruction does connect. YuTZ not joining the fight just yet. KarlTzy forced away. RRQ HOSHI makes the call to pick off Sanford, and Team Liquid Philippines will exchange that bottom tier 2.
And Sanford unfortunately biting the bullet a lot in these team fights, and JP just being taken out slowly. The final bat impact from Rins. This is Cecilion stacking up very well. Just completed the Wishing Lantern as well. KarlTzy tried to time his entrance to get the Retry in, but Edok specifically saved that implosion to stop him so that Susujin could get it for free. So you can see that RRQ HOSHI definitely feels very comfortable together. Still, the synergy, very clean, very present. But in the bot lane...
Oh, Toy just got his Holy Crystal, so he's willing to fight this. Crowd TZ seems to be losing the fight. Mid-size Susujin, just a 3-man Frigid Glacier from Sanji. So unfortunately, Dyron is going to fall. Rinse makes his way out to safety. Still, Destruction does a miss. So at the end of the day, the Team Liquid Philippines defended their base.
A bit of overconfidence from RRQ there. They're very good at team fighting, but when they're scattered, Liquid can take advantage of that. They knew that Toy and Edok were both at the bot lane dealing with Carl TZ, so they knew that they could immediately engage on 3 members of RRQ in the mid lane with a numbers advantage. And unfortunately, I think RRQ were just a little bit too far forward without their full team behind them, especially without Edok. It's a little risky to go for that. So they got punished there. That were difference actually still very, very small. Only 1k in favor of RRQ. So they genuinely have to be a little bit concerned. We're going to start seeing heroes like Alpha drop off pretty soon.
And not to mention they're fighting underneath the turret as well. JP getting caught. Frigid Glacier only freezing Susujin in place. So that's 2 big ultimates from Liquid Philippines. But at least for now, there's no major objective to be contested. You'll be back up for the next Lord in 50 seconds. We're back to a stalemate where you have your TZ split pushing lanes and then Toy trying to match it. Carl TZ trying to find a backline, but finds it very hard to do so.
Liquid does have pretty good split push potential though. I think Yuk TZ has been doing a very good job of that. The entire bot lane of towers is gone because RRQ does need to fight together pretty heavily. Looking at the itemization, there's 3 Radiant Armors on the side of RRQ specifically, trying to build up stacks on the high-low so that they can defend a little bit easier against Joy and Aurora. Wishing Lantern and Holy Crystal already completed earlier for Rins as well as Toy. On the opposite side, Trinity finished by Yuktizi, actually going for a Rose Gold Meteor as a 4th item, so it's safer for him to join team fights.
Rose Gold Meteor and probably what if you go for Malefic Gun as the final item? It does give him a bit more range to deal with RRQ HOSHI, who wants to be in his face. Conceal JP, instantly found out. RRQ HOSHI turns on the JP, wants to get away, gets pulled back by the Sanguine Claws, survive barely. Edok shows up, his own Conceal, 2-man explosion, pulls them all in to his team, and RRQ HOSHI commits to it. Susujin to the back, takes out Sanji, JP falls, Toy assassinated by Yuktizi, but they both trade lives, and at the end is RRQ HOSHI who comes out on top with 4 kills, a double for Dyron.
Edok is really standing out this game on this Tigreal. The implosions have been pretty hit or miss throughout the day, but Edok has been clean every single time. And that is just what you can achieve if you delay these big teamfight ultimates a little later into the fight when the enemy team has already stopped thinking about it. Sanford almost, oh, he is taken out. Killer spree for Dyron, wipeout for RRQ. Sanji and JP will respawn in time to defend the tower, but not to stop Susujin from getting the Lord.
And RRQ HOSHI finally got, this is of course their biggest goal lead in this game. Just 4,000. We saw the we even saw the potential of that 1v1 between both the Moskov and the Harif. Actually closer than I expected. Moskov put up a pretty good fight. So now it's about the Lord defense, and honestly, Liquid Philippines have pretty good base defense.
Yeah, their base defense is not bad at all. With like Hylos and Aurora, they're pretty good at dealing with rundown sieges. But RRQ also has very strong artillery in the form of Rins that'll slowly try to whittle down from afar. Conceal play comes out.
Yeah, Edo is so active. He's always looking for opportunities. Been a top wave cleared up. The bottom one is left. But Sanji, he's caught! Pulled back by the Dark Wave. And without the Aurora, the anti-siege potential has just dipped. Susujin misses the Spear of Alpha, but it's all about the base. RRQ HOSHI is slowly trying to strangle Team Liquid Philippines in their own base. The full engage Susujin in the midst of things, but led by Dyron and Edok. And this time, it is just too much for Liquid Philippines to deal with. Yuktizi gets blasted by the Harif. Game 1 for RRQ HOSHI.